Aquarium of the Dead. So is this like zombies?
It's about fish zombies, and we're live. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Oily Trash Movies, the only podcast where two people say unfunny things the entire
really recording
time.
right now?
Yes. But we do this every time. I don't know why you're surprised. But we're your host. I'm Daddy WarBux.
And I'm Bublegum Barbie.
And this is also the only podcast that will fade out every scene transition for the rest of the existence of this podcast.
No, you're not allowed to edit. I'm not going to send it back to you ever.
Wrong. I did a great job editing this past episode. So for everybody who watched Float and loved it, you're welcome. That was all me.
Our lowest watched video.
The movie was so bad. I don't blame anybody for not wanting to watch this. However, just keep in mind, if you watch the podcast, you don't have to watch the video.
Right.
The movie, like you're essentially saving yourself the misery by watching that episode. So you're welcome. We did you a favor.
We did. And also, if you watched the entire podcast, you would find out how 100 times better that movie could turn out because we had great ideas to how to fix that movie. I love our ideas to fixing that movie.
We had great ideas. Basically, the movie was so bad, there were innumerable ways to fix it.
Yeah, step number 1, throw away the script and start all over.
Yeah, the first step is just completely make a different movie.
That's right. With hot babes and only hot babes and a verb.
Extra hot babes. The hottest babes you've ever seen.
Who are the worst at acting, and it's okay.
Yeah, don't even give them any lines. Just have them, it should just be a splash fight the entire movie. They're just splashing each other, and one by one they're being killed.
Wow.
Occasionally they scream.
Oh man, and then savoring the kills. That would be great. What a great movie. Who would watch that?
We're gonna start the script for Float 2, and it's gonna be a masterpiece.
Yeah. People are gonna study it in college and say this is film.
Yeah, it's art.
It's art.
But today, I'm pretty excited about today. This is gonna be our first Asylum film, and for those who don't know, Asylum is one of those, they call it a mockbuster studio where they make films that trick you into thinking they're better films. Like when Transformers comes out, they're the ones who release a movie called Transmorphers, so that when grandma goes to Redbox or buying you a DVD for your birthday at the local Walmart, she accidentally buys the wrong one and you're disappointed.
Not just grandma, but also people who can't read too good.
Bubble has watched innumerable Asylum movies over the years, which is great. This is actually the second time I've gotten to use the word innumerable in this podcast, so we're off to a great start. I'll tell you what's interesting about this movie is that it stars Vivica A. Fox, which tells you how far her career has fallen. Because I think she was kind of a nobody, like her career had already ended, and then Quentin Tarantino sort of resurrected her, as he does sometimes with actors and actresses who are sort of past their prime. But apparently she did not capitalize on it, because she's now starring in Aquarium of the Dead, an Asylum film. And her name is front and center. They knew that she is the selling point, because you see that name and you think that this is going to be a real movie.
Yeah, I am trying to look through, and I'm not really seeing people that I've met before here. There's one actor that doesn't even have Ash. I mean, he's been in a few stuff. You're a Laughing Danger horror. He's been in 4 things, and that's pretty much it.
They're probably. I wonder if they're all Asylum
3, 4,
productions.
5. He's actually been more than 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He's been in 10 movies, and I haven't seen any of them. Oh my god, he made a movie that's called Jurassic Punk.
Oh my god! All right.
He's a security guard.
we are gonna add Jurassic Punk to our to watch that and Ebola Rex.
So I think this is an actor who's done those type of films. How exciting!
All right, do you want to read the synopsis to this film?
Let me see. I don't even have mine. I've lost
It's small.
all
It's a short.
my notes.
You sent it to me. It's like one sentence.
Okay, scientific accident causes sea creatures in an aquarium to become zombies.
Perfect.
I mean,
the perfect script.
Aren't fish already zombies?
I don't think so. I don't think that's true.
But they're technically dinosaurs. There's fish who are dinosaurs, like sharks could be dinosaurs.
A dinosaur isn't a zombie, though. Unless we're talking about the undead Rex from Davis Milko's.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so the director is Glenn Miller, and a writer is two people, Mark Gillette. I can't even say that name. Can you say that name?
Mark Gottlieb. He wrote the screenplay, and then the story is by Michael Verratti.
Okay, cool. Let's see. Anything else?
Nothing else interesting that I'm seeing.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's crazy. Fox is in Independence Day, and then let's see. I'm trying to see if there's anything that I could find. Oh, there's a guy who was in the Selena the series Netflix show. Tori B. Lawrence, The Harder They Fall. I haven't seen that. Have you heard of that?
No.
Superstone.
All right, get in here, Bubble. Get in on the stream. We're about to start this shit.
All right, let's go. This looks like a student film. It's so great.
I like how they hit the ground running, though. Like, look at all these huge words they're using.
She's going into convulsions. Epinephrine.
They're injecting the octopus with adrenaline. Come on, guys. Like, hurry up.
They're taking so long. Oh my gosh, the CGI is pretty bad.
Yeah, this is great though. This is classic oily trash.
So all three of them died?
It would seem so.
Okay. This is boring.
Bubble, this is the opening title credits. It's not supposed to be exciting.
Wrong! I ended up, so while you quit, I was making my own solo show, and I ended up watching the Transformers, the movie, the 1985
The
film.
cartoon?
Yeah, I've never seen it, and it was amazing, and their intro was so much fun. I loved it.
I love jellyfish. I could sit and watch the jellyfish at the zoo all day.
Hey, dude, I want one. I want to own 3 jellyfishes. Did you know that they live forever?
Yeah, I was gonna say jellyfish actually are kind of zombies because they're undead.
Yeah. I'm surprised the aquarium allowed them to film in their place.
Yeah, I'm almost wondering if those weren't just like promotional shots of an aquarium, because this is obviously not an aquarium here. This is a set that's meant to look like a fake lab.
No, I think they. Well,
there's like drawings of sea snakes on the whiteboard behind her.
I think they just used their actual aquarium lab. They're like, can we just use it? And they're just using it.
I'm gonna say this is completely removed. If there's a scene where they walk from an uncut scene where they walk from the aquarium section to the lab section, I'll be surprised.
Like, I think this is a real aquarium. They used a real aquarium to film, and then they went into their space and they just added like the logo that's right there. They added that tin with the sticker that's right there, and then they added this to their door, and boom, it looks official, like part of the movie. Like they own this set.
I wonder how many of those Shining Sea Aquarium logos they have, and how many of them are just reused.
Love how they just bought a bunch of fishnets, and they're like, just put it in anywhere.
I like how on the back of the laptop they stuck the logo over the apple, but on the front you can see where it says Trash Book Pro.
Our logistics firm moved all the doses out of that
Yep.
Submit and execute.
Oh, I thought the sticker right there on the yellow inflammables, it said urine, but it's online. Like the little touch that they did when they were looking at the camera was looking down at the laptop, is how they put the little papers to make it look like he's a busy guy.
I did notice that. The set design, flawless.
Has no storage space at their facility.
Yeah.
Yeah, just put lean a bunch of brooms up against the cabinet. There's a warning upright dinosaur warning sticker on that cabinet. Shining Sea Aquarium. That's kind of tough to say. Look, even their
I love how they like.
even their paper bags have that logo on it. They went to Kinko's and printed out
They
like
went-
400 of these stickers.
They did. I'm telling you, because an actual aquarium allowed him to make a movie, and they're like, great. So that like cost all our saved all our budget. Let's just use half of it to print out thousands
It's on
of
the
these
metal
stickers to put
pail that
everywhere.
he's carrying.
There's a side back
I see
there.
it's on his little name tag.
This could be a drinking game where every time you see a logo sticker, you drink. Take a
I
shot.
love how the logo has two dolphins 69ing.
Gross.
They say that dolphins are the only other species that has sex for fun.
I'm curious to see how they're gonna make these normal fish look like zombies.
Bad CGI is my guess.
Pretty good matchup.
I got my money on a walrus.
Yeah, I think you'd lose that.
Well, I wonder if we see a shark versus walrus fight at the end, and they get to settle their bet. I'm gonna doubt it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say no.
No, yeah.
I just wanted.
Script isn't bad.
No, it's not that I don't trust you. I want this.
Seems like
Senator
words that
meeting to just
these aquarium folk would say to one another.
It does feel like
Bet
it was
against
written.
walruses.
It feels like whoever wrote the script may have worked at an aquarium part-time as a teenager.
Oh no, the first zombie fish. Although it is just a fish that looks like a zombie. I bet that fish was the inspiration of this movie.
Oh my goodness, it's Senator Blackburn. He's got his blue suit, white shirt, and red power tie, just like another politician that is popular.
Understood. Can't afford to fall behind.
This is kind of boring.
Well, this is just like the scenes from D&D that we hated, where it's the politics bullshit.
Oh yeah.
Hey, screenwriters,
That's what it
politics are
is.
boring.
Yeah, we don't want to see them.
Unless, like, the senator is trying to cover up for some mistress that he has, or is engaging.
Yeah.
Oh, look, this is the woman that got mauled by the octopus. She did survive.
Why is she back?
She's injured, though.
Oh, your hair, it's all messed up.
Oh, man. She's a semi-professional moaner. She's a welt on her forehead.
So is there like aquarium currently closed right now because there's no people around?
We could put the maritime.
Yeah, it might be. Or else they just have it closed because they're meeting with the senator to try to get public funding.
Upgraded ships. One of those black tie galas that we can bring in new sponsors.
It's called a gala.
and donors.
It's gala.
Talk of conservation.
What's wrong with you?
We need so many.
Have you ever been to a gala?
Every penny that
Yeah,
goes into
I
this
constantly.
facility goes back to these amazing.
I go to galas all the time.
Gala.
All right. Yeah. Did you hear that? I was right.
Well, I don't know. I guess like people who like say that, like they told me wrong. Whatever. Who cares? You know, I think it's like GIF, a gift.
Yeah, it's also
Doesn't
GIF.
matter how you pronounce
No, it's
it.
GIF. And the fact that you always pronounce it GIF makes me want to throttle you.
Well, you know what? GIF is great. It could be either or. It's like Wi-Fi could be Wi-Fi.
No, Wi-Fi is definitely not
The level of toxic
Wi-Fi.
bacteria growing in his body.
Oh man, those guys got completely shredded.
That's so sad.
Is that real
Nice
blood,
blood.
or CGI blood?
Oh. Let's see. It looks like real blood. Meaning real blood as in prop blood, obviously.
I like old school movies that would slaughter pigs for blood.
I have learned, so I have a little piggy, and for December it's gonna be slaughtered, and I've learned that the pork's blood is good for the garden, so
You're gonna use it as fertilizer?
yeah, not weird.
Human blood is also good fertilizer. All blood is fertilizer.
Ooh, look at those jellyfishes!
I love jellyfish. Why would you ever stick your fingers in a white substance laying on a table like that?
Especially on the lab table with no gloves. It is stupid.
Why is this dolphin so angry?
Oh my gosh, he just ate him.
It was like swaddled up like a baby.
Oh my gosh, this movie's so trashy.
So we have an octopus crawling around the air ducts, and a dolphin that's also just laying on a table eating people.
What?
Okay, so I guess they were
They
open.
were
There's just
open.
absolutely zero customers.
No wonder they're asking for funding. Nobody wants to show up.
A reanimated animal? Oh my god.
She just told you that the octopus was in the dock, and you guys are just like, what was that?
At the same time. Oh my god.
Do they not know how thick those aquarium glass are?
Bubble,
like
they
they're
were working
ultra
together.
thick.
They were all striking it at once.
There's like, you've been to an aquarium before, right?
I have been.
There's like 3, they have sometimes in those big old tanks, they have 4 sharks to 5 sharks.
But they're not
And-
ramming the glass.
But they could be, you know, like on like off days, they could just be ramming into it daily and it's not cracked.
The lockdown where the sliding glass doors just close.
What's
This,
that?
this actually might be kind of more interesting if there were guests, and it's like, oh, we're all trapped in this aquarium during a zombie fish outbreak. Kind of like Day of the Dead, or Dawn of the Dead, where they're all in the mall. But all of these people are employees.
Idiot.
This is such trash film.
And, you know, I'm just gonna call 911.
One logical
911?
person.
I think there's a fire at the Shiny Sea Aquarium. Can you send someone? Yes, that's my current location.
He's trying to pull it open, even though the hinges clearly show that they swing outward.
Why isn't the door open?
It's over.
We're completely sealed inside of this outdoor aquarium.
Are these gonna be our heroes? I would love like for them to like get some Jurassic Games zap
Laser rifles and
laser
shoot the
guns,
fish.
yeah, and shoot the fish. Hell yeah!
That's gonna be the suggested rewrite when we get to the third part of this podcast. Needed more laser rifles and more 69ing dolphin logos.
And more hot women who slowly their clothes just slowly tears apart as they're like going through. Like one loses their vest, the other one like top gets eaten by one of the fish zombies.
They should all be wearing white, and then when the tanks burst and it becomes a wet t-shirt contest.
Don't be sorry. Just stay calm.
And all the men are just like ultra rip.
We'll be out of here.
What's that movie that women love? Michael,
Magic
Mike.
Yeah, replace Senator Blackburn with Channing Tatum.
Yes.
It almost feels like this movie was filmed in 3 separate places because Vivica A. Fox has never been on set with any of the other people, and those 2 guys outside, I don't think. Maybe the one scene at the beginning when the guy was on his Trash Book Pro. But they just filmed Vivica in a random warehouse, I think.
I think it's just the same aquarium.
No, this is the Bruce Willis scam, where they just put Bruce Willis in a room and have him talk on a walkie-talkie the entire time.
Come on, man. We are about 30 minutes out, but we're on our way.
He looks over at it and he's like, we're 30 minutes away. That was pretty fun.
Copy that.
I like how there's obvious light and she like is holding a flashlight like as if she can't see.
She's pointing it at the computer monitors.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. I hope I
And
look
cut
that good
that.
when I'm 50. We're gonna cut that you don't like 50-year-old men or 80-year-old men.
I'm gonna cut that I like any man because then old men are gonna start DMing me.
No, we need to... This is gonna be our demographic. Old men, if you subscribe to this podcast, there's a chance Bubble's gonna be into you.
Especially if you have a sick ass wallet and bank account. And do not require
No,
PIN
wrong,
cleanup.
wrong, guys. Bubble will like you no matter how broke you are, no matter if you don't have a job and live in your mom's attic. That's all she cares about. Also, cut that.
What is it? Sounds like crocodiles.
Smells like crocodiles.
That's what she said.
Oh shit, it's limp.
Wait, what? Limp crocodile?
Yeah, look at him.
Actually, crocodiles are dinosaurs, I believe.
Yeah, they are.
It needs to make a snorting sound. Snorting sounds are so scary.
I love how he's a big guy and he went through the senator, but when like the senator crouched down, there was nothing there. Did you see that?
Yeah. It's almost as though there's not actually a crocodile there.
Slow,
Zombie
but they're
croc.
quick, aren't they?
Yeah, I think they can run at 50 miles per hour or something insane.
Yeah, they're pretty.
Only
they're
for
pretty
short distances,
fast.
but
Maybe they got it on cancel.
they catch like gazelles and stuff, and gazelles are pretty damn fast. Oh no, it's under lockdown.
Oh no, it's under lockdown. They can't make it.
Dispatch.
That was last.
Look, this is like the ship that Pineapple took us on, except it's got Shining Sea Aquarium logos everywhere. Oh my god, a giant king crab. An Alaskan crab.
These two guys are like in the Jurassic Thunder, both the guy who played multiple characters and then the guy who was like, you never go full zombie. Oh, he's dead?
Ah, this is sad. No,
killed
no,
him too
no, save
fast.
him. Get the axe. Come on, man.
Get him, he's so good. Ah.
Yeah!
Oh yeah.
I like how he punted
Like
it
how he just drove
into
it
the Hudson,
into the ocean.
where it's gonna reproduce.
Yeah.
Man, I bet those crabs will be delicious, though.
Oh.
Where's the first?
Ah! Save him too, please.
You fixing my face?
Can't stay in here forever.
Does that mean that both of them
See
are
the
going to
order.
become zombies?
I was wondering that.
I think it's
I don't think so. It doesn't. This movie feels like it's only about zombie fish, not human zombies.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it's a virus that doesn't affect humans.
Smash our way through the
Well, they
Just
did.
eats humans.
They did say that the otters
work for the fish.
are mammals, so we know that the virus affects
Oh,
both
no.
fish and mammals.
And mammals. Oh no.
Crush them. That's the only way to stop them.
Ew.
I'm doing my part. Starfish attack.
Ah. There's one in her boob. Giving her a starfish bra. Aw, they took it out too soon.
That's a classic. So they went outside, strolled around the aquarium, saw starfish and crocodiles, and then came back.
The octopus is gonna jump on top of that woman. He's like, I'm back.
That door opens outward.
Water pumps through its body, not blood.
What's that about? Like,
or a brain.
Starfish don't have blood?
That species
Is that true?
toxin, usually harmless.
I don't know. I'm not. I'm a podcaster. I'm not an aquarium expert.
I also have never heard of a starfish that bites and causes you to vomit.
Octopus that escaped.
I think you were getting a refund.
Yeah, I don't see anything about them not having
Doesn't
blood.
outside, does it?
Oh, they're like me. A starfish lacks a centralized brain. It has a complex nervous system. The nerve ring around the mouth and a radical nerve running along the
Radial? Is it a radial nerve? Or is it radical?
radical.
Damn.
Radile?
Radial?
Radial nerve, yeah.
Alright.
Running along the umbilical region of each arm parallel to the radial canal.
Clueworth.
Get out of here. And what's working and what isn't?
At the moment,
This is
no,
now
I
officially
don't.
a
It's
Starfish
gonna
podcast.
take me
Thank you for subscribing to Starfish Facts.
as the steel doors.
Steel doors? There's no steel doors, Visha. They're
In the
glass.
meantime, if you all are in the theater, that puts you in
I like
spot
how
two.
the glass
Now, those
doors
aren't designed
are
to keep out
more
flooding,
solid
only fires.
than the
So
glass
we're gonna go back in the
aquarium
box office,
tanks.
Because if the water gets through, you're all going to need to keep on moving until it's safely to do so. Copy?
Copy that.
Until it's safely to do so? That wasn't right.
Careful out there.
That was completely fucked up.
Gotcha.
Did you hear that grammar? She's like, just
I'm,
hang out
like,
until
reading
it's
about-
safely to do so.
This place is rank.
I'm like currently reading about starfish right now.
Bubble, get in here. Look at these terrible paper towels this
No.
guy's using inside of this boat.
Cash.
Really?
Shut up.
I am middle-aged to run in the joint.
I love these guys. You could just make a movie with these two dudes.
Then I'll look. Besides, management just isn't for me.
He is pretty cool. I feel like he's been in a lot of these movies.
Not my.
He just wants to sing and dance.
Yeah.
He's gonna become a podcast host where he says unfunny things.
Phone out.
Why are you trying to take a picture?
When you use it as a flashlight.
Look, I know I was making a joke.
Your humor's really dry sometimes.
Bro, there's zombie spider
It's like
crabs.
us. That's how we do our podcast.
Sharks.
It's like, your humor was not. It's kind of dry. Cut that.
I've got the wettest humor you've ever heard.
All we have to do
Wrong.
is go down this.
There's some stuff you say that's kind of not funny, and I cut it.
All right.
Real fast.
Bad. Yeah, good. Yeah, cut all the unfunny shit so that I want people listening to this podcast to think that I'm just a genius.
Why does the other homie doesn't have a weapon?
Oh, I don't feel so good.
Hey, focus.
I feel like I'm gonna pass out.
Hey, you lost a lot of blood, man. Hey, stay with me now. Hey, I'll be right back.
Lost a lot of blood where it's the same amount of blood, if not less blood than what he lost.
He got a scratch on his forehead, and he's maybe the virus is making him sick.
Yeah.
Here, drink from this unlabeled water bottle. I'm surprised they didn't put the fish logo on that too.
I know, right? They could have just put one of those little stickers they had on the bucket. Call it good.
Yeah, don't mention it. I gotta bandage you up.
Wait, he already had a bandage on his arm in an earlier scene.
Yeah, dispatch. No hotspot.
These guys are still trying to get in somehow.
Place is empty.
There's another outage at the aquarium.
Oh, they're firemen. They're the 911 call. I understand who they are now.
You want to feed the sharks?
Oh my god.
Oh, what? That's a crocodile. Dispatch.
It's like
we got
random
running
people
around there.
screaming
Animals
now.
loose. We gotta get them out.
Yeah.
It's a
and he-
random
where you are.
screaming
Wait for
track, and
animal
it
control.
only showed the
Bublegum,
emptiness
no.
of the
We need to
park.
get them out
He
right
even
now.
said, he's like, there's people running around in
Citywide
there.
grid outage.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
You can get out. So is that it?
Love how this aquarium needs funding, but they have really top-notch security lockdown.
But we can't let any of these animals get out to the public. We can't even imagine.
Yeah, you'd think there'd be some sort of fire escape plan
Well, we can barricade
that the
it.
fire
You see that,
commissioner
Star?
would require.
Yeah, did you see the starfish going into her file? As she said, do not let starfish out into the public. But yet, the two guys threw a crab into the ocean.
Is it still in there? Is it still active?
Yeah, I feel like they didn't think through all of the plot points. But do you think that starfish in her briefcase is going to be sequel bait, where they escape at the end, and she puts her file on a desk and you see it creep out?
And we'll make sure that it's
This dude doesn't even look like he could fit through there.
There's no way. Those women have more of a probability. Like, his shoulders wouldn't let him squeeze through.
Yeah, it didn't even show him try, you know? He just, like, stuck his arm up it and then it cut away.
Let's go. Okay.
Well, these are crustaceans now. Dude, he's tearing them up.
This is like the scene in Jurassic Games. But he ended up winning. This is actually a better mockbuster than like the original Jeepers Creepers Undead or Reborn. Now I'm curious if there is like a mockbuster of Jeepers Creepers.
There probably is.
And if so, I bet you that movie is 100 times better than
I feel like Jeepers Creepers Reborn was the mockbuster version because it didn't even have the Jeepers Creepers song.
That's true. We kept getting copyrighted for that stupid fake song that you call
well, what would you call it? Like, what do you call like a radio hit? That wasn't a radio hit. It was a radio shit.
Yeah. Oh, it was so annoying, and it took 2 weeks in order for me to get through copyright. Like, YouTube let me.
That was our.
Like, it let me use it.
It was our Valentine's Day episode that came out in mid-April.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh no! Why would he do that?
They separate.
Why? Oh my god. Yeah, that'll teach you. Well, good thing the stairway was open the whole time. He said what was that thing, but he never would have seen it. He was just running up the stairs the whole time.
He would have no idea that he was in danger. I'm like, hey homie, how you doing? You tired? I'm tired. And then the guy would have been like, oh my gosh, there's a free octopus in the stairwell. Look at those. Ooh.
Those jellyfish are so amazing. The jellyfish are best supporting actors in this movie.
Like, just cut her out. Like, I guess she's your celebrity.
And what's funny is her role is so insignificant, you could have any off-the-street guy just sit there and say, I got it. I got the security cameras up. There's no way out of here. There's a shaft down in the back. Bubble, you could have done this role.
I'm gonna have to start, like, inquiring how to get into the mockbuster industry, because hell yeah.
And the bad?
Alright, this has got to be third act
Okay,
we're in right now.
Because I completely have lost. Don't know what's happened in the first half and the second half.
Shark Cove.
Ooh, we get to see the sharks. Hell yeah, what I came to see. This is all I cared about right here. Okay, when are they going to bring in the sharks? Who's going to die next? Place your bets. He pops up in the back behind them.
It's clear. Let's go.
What does The Shining say? What does he say? It's Charlie.
No, he says, here's Johnny.
Oh, here's Johnny. I have not seen
They're
The
dead.
Shining.
This is the only way out.
Never?
I did see bits of it. Like, I did see the part where he said it's Johnny, and then, like, she's trying to get through that small door, but that's pretty much it.
You saw one part and you completely misremembered it.
Oh. I saw that one part. He's gonna die!
Yeah.
But that's like what politicians do. They're like, say anything to get voted in, and then they're like, haha, psych!
You gotta condemn all your aquariums.
Yeah.
I'll go first. Make sure it's.
Oh, he's gonna kill him.
Okay.
Oh no.
Why are you
he's
walking past the mouth side?
I know, right?
This is so bad.
This is lame. Oh my gosh, this is like a Mission Impossible try to scene is what they're trying to do here. Like with the lasers. So the
That's
way
exactly-
I would fix
yeah.
the way I would fix this movie is having all the chicks like who have been ripped from their clothing has been ripped from all the other fishes as they encounter this, and then they do their obviously cast hot actresses that are also Olympians or had like some history of doing that, and then just have them or kung fu and just have them do like martial arts like acrobatics of trying to get through that. Like doing unnecessary
You have a
flips.
bar. Yeah, you have like a water pipe running along the top. They jump up and swing across, and then do a flip and dismount.
Yeah.
None of this is tense at all.
I know, right? It's so bad.
At least give us the establishing shot of the full shark bodies again, because these just look like plastic dolls they're stepping over.
She's over here talking with a walkie-talkie, but not saying anything. She's just going, "Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Oh my god!"
The other shark. It's moving. Watch out.
Wait, is this the shark scene?
I guess
Like,
so.
is
This is the shark attack.
No! This movie sucks.
The starfish
If you
is
take
like
off-
latched onto her.
Yeah, if you like take off her coat, there's gonna be like 20 starfish on her back. Ah! It's like the zombie scenes where one character hides the fact that they were bitten.
Yeah, that's exactly the scene. And then she's prying it off with a ballpoint pen.
Guys? Guys,
She sabotages the whole crew who have been hidden because she's bitten.
She got bit by a starfish.
Oh my gosh, this is not dramatic at all. Like,
We gotta keep moving. Let's go.
Yeah, she's accusing him of keeping secret that his assistant. Oh no!
oh! Does that mean that now that the octopus is there, that Fox is dead?
Come on! Fox did look like she died. She looked up and she screamed. Oh, Vivisha, she did survive.
She did survive. Boo.
She's still not in the same room though.
No.
Deep fried calamari. My favorite.
She's CGI into this room. Did you see
What
that?
was that? Why did she jump with the axe and then immediately fall into the water? Like, what happened?
That was completely CGI. Like, did you notice? Like, she was in a green room the entire.
Yeah, she was.
time.
She was never on set with any of the actual stars of this movie.
See, I'm freaking telling you, she could totally do those acrobatic. Which is why I'm so mad that the movie didn't let her do that. It's like, look, you're gonna pass over these sharks. It's like Mission Impossible. Do what you think you can. This movie is art.
Electrocute the octopus.
Oh shit! Frankenstein octopus.
It's gonna be reanimated again. Thank God those doors opened.
Not.
Is this the end of the movie? This was terrible.
Yeah.
This movie was oily trash through and through. Look, there were 5 logos on that close scene. I need to catch my breath. Okay, so The number one who saved this film was the person who put those Shining Sea Aquarium labels on absolutely everything. Like, you can see them, like, they're just constantly walking past them in the background. This was a bad movie. I don't think... it was a straight-up con job with Vivica A. Fox. She was not part of this movie. She was in a separate state the entire time.
That, like, having Fox must have been stupid expensive. And I agree with you. What saved this movie was the stickers that they put up in the entire area of the aquarium that they allowed, and submarine that they were able to, the 2 locations they were able to gain. And also what saved the movie was the location director or producer, whoever, I forget what he's called, but he's location something. So he saved this movie, because this movie, if it wasn't for these 2 locations, the submarine, the green screen, and the aquarium, this movie would have been worse off than what it was.
So almost nothing from this movie worked. You had the guy who was constantly acting, Skylar was his name, he was constantly acting as the comedic relief. Nothing he said was funny. None of the scenes that were supposed to be tense were tense. Nothing that was supposed to be suspenseful was suspenseful. Even the scene that they straight up ripped off from Jurassic Park, the kitchen scene with the velociraptors, but now it's the crocodile, that was terrible. I don't have a lot of good... I have nothing good to say about this movie, really, except for only to echo what you said, in that the submarine, or this, whatever the ship is, this set is great. It's not even a set, it's just they're on location in an actual ship, and it's cool. Ships are cool. The aquarium looks good. That's an actual aquarium that they're in. This here is actually the scene where you can see that the guy's got his arm bandaged, but they have not yet got to the scene in the movie where he gets bandaged.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. I love the continuity issues that they had. I love the part where the Jurassic ripoff of the crocodile passing through, and the senator is looking like there's a shot
ducks
of
down
him staring
and
at
you
the
don't see it
crocodile.
anymore. Yeah.
And then you don't see it anymore. Like, that was great. I love that. I did like their chemistry between Skylar and this guy, the long hair. What's his name? Skylar and
Daniel might have been his name.
Daniel. Yes, Daniel. That was a lot of fun. Yeah, other than that, it was horrible. The location saved it. The stickers saved it. I would only recommend this movie if you want to make it a drinking game. How many stickers? If you see a stickers, you take a shot. That's it. Other than that, the acting wasn't terrible. It wasn't great, but it was fair.
The long-haired guy here was definitely one of the standout cast members.
Yeah, he was. It was. Fox, I would have just cut her completely. Like, I know what they were trying to do. How else would they have gotten the views, which I'm sure wasn't that great anyway, without her? I understand why they do it, but there's so many indie films who do well with just no-name actors. Kill Her Goats was a great example, although they are known big-time Playboy bunnies, so... But still, it was a fun movie.
So, how do we save this movie? How do we fix it?
Hot women.
Hot women, okay. This movie, like many of the oily trash movies, can be saved by including more hot women. You know what a character could have been?
And hot guys. Like Magic Mike dudes.
Well, we do have the hot long-haired guy.
Yeah, he's pretty hot. I would have liked, if it's just being funny, like you said, I was saying of a wet t-shirt. I would have loved, having the hot, how Jurassic Games had the fight, the martial arts scene. I would have liked to have that with one of the hot dudes, just really, casting a martial arts expert, even though he might be sucky at acting. Who cares? Because it would have been fun anyway. Just to incorporate him in that scene of him just having a fight scene against the crocodile and the walrus, that would have been great.
That
and
felt like a
fun.
letdown because they had the crocodile and they had the walrus sort of on opposite sides coming at each other, and then the walrus just magically transformed or transported to the other part of the aquarium. I don't know how that happened, but they were facing off, the two of the big bad guys in this movie, and then nothing happened between them. The crocodile was really never resolved, so it's still in there. Only the octopus got killed. I guess even this walrus is still around.
Yeah. True.
So, how I would fix this, I agree with you about the hot chicks. I think you can have one of the characters in here be... If you've ever been to an aquarium, they will often have a kids section, and they'll have women dressed up as mermaids that you can get your picture taken with them. Or, like, the women in the mermaid costume will be swimming around in, like, an aquarium. I've seen that at a few different places. So how cool would it be if one of the women, or one of the characters, was a woman in a mermaid costume, and then what you do with her is she's in the starfish bikini, and then at one point, actual starfishes latch onto her and nobody realizes, and that's how she dies.
Oh, that would be cool. And especially with that, incorporate, like, obviously they like, also another way that would fix this movie is having background. There was zero background. This whole set was dead all the way through. They could have not just having to use background. I get it. Sometimes it's just a headache, but they could have used the staff of the aquarium. It's like, hey, you guys are letting us use your space. Does anybody want to do background in this film? And it would have been cool if they had some of the experts of the aquarium staff be in there.
Cameos.
Like, know how they clean?
Instead of making up all that bullshit where people are saying big words just to sound smart, have an actual expert. And you know what? They would love it, too. They would get in front of the camera and speak some sort of expertise, knowledge about starfish that's real.
Would have been cool too if they had, obviously they had like the dummies of like the zombie fish. Like they went out of their way to make some of these things. Maybe, I don't know if they were all CGI. I have to look at it again. But it would have been cool having those cameos of the actual staff, like opening up and talking about the organs or something, like just making it really like eerie, like, oh, that's so gross. And then it coming to life, and it's all like its gut is open and it being alive, and like eating the guy as he's speaking about like all this like science-y aquarium stuff, like zoology, and just he's open up and then just attacking him and he ends up dying. That would have been cool. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think having background would have been a little bit... I did like the set building was really good. Music wasn't too bad. Acting was fair. Script was fair.
Admittedly, the script was okay, and it's sort of like a fetch quest. It felt like a video game plot, where it's like, okay, the door's locked. How do you get the door unlocked? You gotta get the power back up. How do you get the power back up? You gotta turn on the generator. How do you turn on the generator? You gotta go to the basement. How do you get to the basement? You gotta go through this duct. It's a constant... And I could see, like, Vivica A. Fox was almost like the character in the video game that you're always in communication with, that's telling you what your next goal is.
Right.
So I don't have too many complaints with that, but it was the filmmaking itself that sort of let it down.
Yeah, I don't really know what it is that for me that just made it trashy, because like everything else is like, the script was fair, the acting was fair, the costume was fair, the special effects was fair. I would have liked a little... I guess it was just... there was no horror.
They tried to do horror, but I'm going to say
failed tremendously.
The scoring was actually very bad. When there were the tense scenes where there's supposed to be suspense, if you had more suspenseful music playing, they might have worked. But again, it's hard to have suspense when you're filming 4 characters stand up against the wall trying to look scared from something that's not there. So I don't know how you really fix that. I do think they should have either written into the script that the aquarium was closed for some reason, and it would have been perfect. Like, oh, it's closed for a review of the security protocols, and then you have a reason for the chief of security to be so heavily involved. You have a reason for there to be nobody in the aquarium. And they tried to fake it by just saying that there's people in there being eaten by the crocodile and having those scream tracks play. And it's
I know, the
why would
scream
you
tracks.
bring
So
attention
ridiculous.
to the point that there was no extras? And there was nobody on set. So just write it into the script that it's closed and it's just you guys there for some reason.
I don't know. I guess that's really what failed this movie. It wasn't horror. It tried to be horror and it failed tremendously. And I have no idea how they could be able to fix this. Maybe adding, doing more, going crazy, going over the top with their special effects. I think they reserved their special effect had the talent, and you could see that with the little that they have done. If they told the team, hey, crank it up to 100, I want you to go all out. I want you to use your full potential that you can at this amount of hour timeline that we have to get this done. I think it would have been great. And you saw it with this guy, where he was eaten by this baby dolphin, and you saw it there that how the special effects did have
the dolphin grins at him. That was pretty good. I agree with you. I think if you had cranked everything up, leaned into camp, this actually is billed as as a horror comedy, but it wasn't comedic at all. I think if you had made it more goofy, it could have worked better. And it also, a reason that the horror fell flat, there was almost no death in this movie. Every single death happened off screen. The guy, even the guy who got stabbed by the walrus, it didn't show him getting impaled. It just showed the CGI walrus head over him, and he pretended like he was dying. The senator just got pulled off screen. Vivica A. Fox got CGI'd into a pond.
A pool of water. I love it. It's like...
Here she is.
I love how, she goes, walks in, jumps...
And then she's falling backwards now. And her makeup's, smeared down her face for some reason. When did that happen? Okay, so this movie was trash. I almost don't want to give it an oily rating, though, because it's really a monster movie at the end of the day. And I like the monsters, even though they were all CGI. We had the crocodile, the CGI crocodile. We had the CGI walrus. And, wasn't there an argument at the beginning about whether or not a walrus could kill a crocodile? Or, which one was better? And then I was like, oh, I bet you that doesn't get resolved. And
you
lo
were right,
and behold,
you
it did not get resolved. You know what?
It could have.
I feel like that would have been in the
that's
script.
What they wanted to do.
It feels like that was in the script, and then they realized, we can only animate the animals taking one step forward, and then we're just going to loop that over and over again. We don't have the budget to animate a walrus versus crocodile zombie fight.
They didn't have the budget of Jurassic Games. Shame. They, rather than budgeting the special effects, they budgeted Fox into this, green screen her entirely. Shame. I think I do want to give it an oily trash rating. It's not going to be as bad. I think I give it a 2.
That's exactly what I was thinking. 2 buckets of oil.
2 buckets of oil, because again, script was okay, cast was fair, and locations were great, special effects were fine.
There needed to be more death. If you'd had another 3 or 4 characters who only existed, maybe one person gets eaten by the shark during that horrible, I'm gonna tiptoe over the 2 shark scene. That was one of the worst scenes in this movie, I think. But have somebody get mauled by the shark. Have somebody fall into an aquarium full of piranhas, and then the piranhas just swirl around them, and everything turns red, and then you just see a skeleton. That would have been fun. Maybe somebody falls. Maybe you have the manta rays. They kept showing the stingrays or the manta rays. I don't know specifically what they were. That could have been a cool CGI monster where it, like, leaps out and it, like, wraps its wings around you.
You know what would have been cool? Like, going back on the mermaids, like, the mermaid girls usually do learn how to be very expert on being in the pool and swim. Like, you could get one of those. They're on YouTube, right?
Mm-hmm.
You could hire one of those girls, incorporate jellyfish CGI, which I'm sure doesn't take so much, and just have her swimming, and everybody's like, ooh, ah, right?
And she's swimming around. She has to swim around the jellyfish and not get stung.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, she just ask her to flay in and flay out, like how they did in Float, and incorporate like jellyfishes, and it just becomes this swarm of jellyfish. Mermaid is dead. That would be fun. Yeah,
Great.
That's all I want to
There's a
say
lot of
about
good
it.
sequences you could have involving zombie aquatic animals, and this movie had almost none of them. This movie was these people just running from one room to another with a split second of bad CGI in between. I don't know how you save this movie. I guess we've been coming up with ideas, but without a bigger CGI effects budget, I don't think it can be done.
Mm-hmm. That's it. That's all I have.
All right. That's all. I want to watch this one last sequence here because this was great, where it's the same scene that Vivica A. Fox, right here. It should be coming up. So this scene here in black and white, I'm pretty sure this is the exact same scene where it's just not CGI that the shark has bit her foot yet. And now this is the same scene in color, right? Was that the same scene?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the same thing, yeah.
All right.
That's funny. They reused the same shot twice.
Classic.
Fantastic.
Classic way to pad your runtime.
Right. All they did was just change the effect, like I do with my editing. But I think I do more.
All right, so we both agree this movie was terrible. 2 buckets of oil. It could have been worse. I'm actually, I kind of want to crank this up to maybe 3 or 4 buckets of oil because rewatching it really is terrible. It definitely goes. It's definitely. I would put this below Unwelcome for sure, just because the effects were so bad.
Yeah.
Maybe above Alone at Night.
See, that's what I was saying because I'm in between Alone at Night. If it's higher than Alone at Night for me, I think it is. It is. Just because the script wasn't so bad.
Well, things did happen in the movie.
Alone. Yeah. And it was kind of action-packed. I was paying attention a little more. I mean, I'm going to keep it at 2 right now, and I have to decide where I want to put it in my list. But that's for later episodes, I suppose.
Right. Okay, so neither of us are going to recommend this movie. Is that right?
Oh, yeah, no. Like, the only reason I would recommend this movie is if you want to drink a drinking game. That's it.
All right, there you have it. This has been Aquarium of the Dead on Oily Trash Movies. Make sure to like and subscribe and follow us. And if you don't, we'll murder you.
If you don't follow us, we will get zombie fish to attack you when you're swimming this summer in your pool, in your private pool, in your public pool. We will have our shark coming for you.
We will release
so please subscribe.
Octopi on your property.
Remember to mace directly in the face.
All right, take care, comb your hair. Bye.
Bye.